Hey buddy, it's Crazy Titan 4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last one, we went through Classic mode and ran through as Diddy Kong, quite a character that we played through last time with. But this time around, we're going to be heading through as the next character in the roster. Mr. Game & Watch, coming back from Melee and from Brawl, and yeah, and also is an unlockable in this version of Smash 4. In order to unlock Mr. Game & Watch, you have to either play 80 versus matches or through Classic mode on Intensity 2.0 or higher with 5 characters, and of course doing either of those two methods, you then have to fight Mr. Game & Watch on Flatstone X. I forgot to mention in an earlier episode, but Wario is also unlockable. Obviously, all of his unlockable stuff will be in the description of that episode if you are curious. But Bowser Jr. is a character that used to be unlockable in 3DS, but is not an unlockable here in Wii U, so we don't have to go over him. But just so you know that we got the basics over. And Mr. Game & Watch, let's go over his palette touch real quick. So we have the standard black Mr. Game & Watch. We've got a red color. We've got a lime green color, kind of like a lighter green. We've got a kind of verging on a purplish blue, sort of making like an indigo color. We've got a more bluer green, I guess is more of a turquoise color. We've got a cyan Mr. Game & Watch, a darker green Mr. Game & Watch, and finally a gray color. So some similar colors to him, but you know, they're nice, they're simple. You know, go with what you will. I'm personally a big fan of the cyan Game & Watch because I just like more of my taste, I guess. I guess what do we want to start things off with? I want to go. It's a crazy idea, but I think I'm gonna go for this one on Pirate Ship. Fight these three. Let's see how it goes. So Mr. Game & Watch, interesting character. As for his general archetype as a character, he's a small character and obviously a lightweight character, being the third lightest in the game, which does make him hard to hit, but he also makes, you know, it becomes easy to KO. He does have good mobility for a lightweight character and above average air speed, decent walk / dash speed, and fast air acceleration. So he's got some strengths to him. You know, being a smaller character, he does have those benefits. He does have low falling speed and a short hop height, which of course can hinder him defensively. So you know, kind of a mixed bag of a character, but can be really good in the right hands. You can just live. How did my motion sensor bomb just die there? That's kind of stupid. I don't like how Cloud still has that fire sword on him. That really does not help me. As for his offensive strengths, though, because he's definitely got some. Ooh, the bombs. He has a strong combo game, especially off of his down throw. His down throw is a really good combo starter. He's got disjointed hitboxes and good damage output for someone of that weight class. Ooh. Aerials are, of course, versatile and useful for both KOs and combos, so that's, you know, good to know. And also, he possesses many KO options, including smash attacks, tilts, aerials, and specials. So he's got a little bit of offensiveness to him as a character, even as someone that is a lightweight character. However, he does struggle a bit on the defensive side of things. Specifically, as a defensive lightweight character, he is extremely light, and that does lead to early KOs, of course. He does have poor defensive tools as he's slow, he's got short dodges, and he has a weak grab game. He also's got a lot of high landing lag on many aerials and limited shield safe options, as well as just overall short range, making him vulnerable to sword fighters and zoners, as we might end up encountering a little bit here in Classic mode. A lot of sword fighters he's going to struggle a lot with, so that's going to be our big issue. But overall, maybe it won't be too bad. I don't know. Right now I'm trying to live here. Continuing on with Game Watch, though, he's got some fun custom moves that we can kind of like, I'm not fully go over, but in general versus custom moves, he's got some improved zoning with some of them, like his a short order chef, which is one of the ones for his neutral B, as well as some good KO potential with the XXL chef. Or consistency with the chain judge or efficient panic. Some of his customs for his side and down B. So, and he also has other trade recovery generally his recovery options for custom moves trade recovery distance for either power or for speed. So kind of dependent. He's got a lot of options basically when you look at his custom. At the custom side of things, which I want to look over, but like, It's gonna be kind of hard to do when I don't have everything unlocked all at once. But yeah, still, just generally, he's got really solid custom options, if you are curious. This is not gonna be a fun match, I'm just gonna say that right now. 8-player match as Game & Watch is gonna suck. It is gonna be difficult. I will not be surprised if I die easily here. But when it comes to competitive viability, he is generally a glass cannon. He's got high damage and KO power, but of course dies early. He is underrepresented in tournaments, but has had success thanks to skilled players like Gim R, Reggie, and Meister. Not the Reggie from Nintendo, a different Reggie, spelled in the way of like the Reggies from Pokemon. So. Yeah, again, a glass cannon of a character. Still a fun character though. If you know how to use him, he can be very, very solid. Definitely very, very solid. Alright, now I'm gonna concentrate my butt off right now because I am in an 8-player match as Game Watch and I do not want to die. So, damn, Dr. Mario. What just happened there to get this Shulk? I think Shulk just got like 2 KOs there, which I don't appreciate because I think one of them is would have been one that I wanted. I also want to probably try and focus on Bowser real quick, because Bowser does have the special as he is my rival in this. Got a KO on Shulk, which is great. Oh! Hold up. Game Watch, Duck Hunt is down, which is good. Let me utilize Oil Panic a little bit. What happened to my... Okay, I was about to say. Give me that. There we go, watch this! Yeah, Oil Panic! Oil Panic's a fun one, his down special. Can be very devastating of a kill move if you can get it charged up. It's kind of like a high risk, high reward sort of move, sort of. Alright, Zelda, please die. Please die. Thank you. You know what? I got through that without dying once. That's a success. That is a successful match in my book. They also got a pretty decent selection of KOs there, with Bowser, of course, being one of them. So, not bad, not bad. What do you mean he wasn't? No shot. He wasn't one of my KOs. I feel like I'm being cheated. Let's go for this match right here. Am I gonna get teammates? No teammates. All right. But anyways, from the move from Brawl to Smash 4, he's got some changes to him. If you look back in Brawl, some of his strengths and weaknesses, he was a small target with good mobility. He had strong KO power and disjointed hitboxes, as well as an excellent recovery, and Oil Panic, because of course his down special, was a powerful anti-projectile tool and a momentum canceling mechanic, which, you know, titled Bucket Breaking, which improved survivability by quite a bit. Weaknesses, however, he did have a lot of slow startup on many attacks. His multi-hit moves were easy to escape via SDI, and he also lacked reliable approach tools and consistent ways to rack up damage. He struggled against most of the high-tier characters, and for general placement, he was generally seen as a upper, mid, or lower high-tier character. So that's kind of just how he was back in Brawl. But when it comes to his transition to Smash 4, he's changed a little bit. Overall, he's still kind of the same character, but still not really that much of a... has still received some differences to his overall characterness. In Smash 4, he's received some nerfs, such as he got increased lag on many moves, especially his aerials like his neutral and down aerial. He had reduced range, KO power, and damage output, as well as a loss of momentum canceling and edge momentum shift weakens endurance and approach. The rage mechanic, which is of course something that were introduced to Smash 4, benefits opponents more than him due to his light weight, and he no longer auto-cancels aerials from short hops, worsening over approach safety. As for his buffs though, his down throw became a potent combo starter. His Oil Panic fills faster and more efficiently, as well as a weaker SDI improves reliability and of multi-hit moves. His up smash now has full invincibility, not just intangibility, making it stronger defensively and useful as a pseudo counter, and his recovery improved through faster airspeed, better vertical height on fire, and jump boost from Oil Panic. So, again, it's sort of like a mixed bag when it comes to his buffs and nerfs from Brawl. I think overall he's definitely improved as a character, but some might say a bit differently. That didn't hit? No way. Oh, great. Now he has that. There we go. Get out of here, Rob. Don't even try me here. Don't even try me, Pac-Man. What are you doing? What is this guy doing? Can you, like, leave? Please? Thank you. so basically, when we look at someone like Game & Watch, overall, he is less effective in Smash 4 than he was in Brawl. His general strengths like KO power remain, but of course are toned down. And weaknesses such as poor endurance and limited approach tools, they still persist, as they usually do. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling a bit right now against Pac-Man. He's being a big issue, which I'm not liking too much. Let's see if I can kill this guy off real quick. No way. There we go. Beautiful. The changes to game mechanics hurt him more than help, and despite this, he still finds competitive success. So, you know, say what you will about Game & Watch. Again, in the right hands, he can be very fun and a very good character overall. So, yeah. That's Game & Watch for y'all. I mean, a lot to talk about, but like, hey, he's definitely, he's a bit of a complicated character. Definitely very complicated. He's more, he is a 2D character, which does, of course, contribute to him being very light. So that definitely is like a big thing about that. But overall, I think he can use that to his advantage. But yeah, he's still a fun character though. It's still very fun. No matter like what Smash game he's in, he's still, I feel, it can be a very, very enjoyable time to play. So I like the character a lot. He's definitely a lot of fun. Well, let's see how these Mii fighters go, because Game & Watch is gonna, I don't think he's gonna struggle too much against him. I think, yeah, dash attack is definitely gonna be my best option by far. I think down tilt is gonna be okay for these guys, but dash attack's definitely the way to go. Neutral air, it does an okay amount. Up smash is gonna be pretty decent. We're basically like almost done with this, so like, no real reason to keep like experimenting. Can you like, there we go. Thank goodness that was an explosive. That makes things so much better. So much freaking better. Hey, we got a new move for Nest though. I'll take it. Lasting PK Thunder. Not bad, not bad. All right. Let's see how our boy Mr. Game & Watch does within the final match against Master Hand Crazy Hand. I'm excited to see, because again, we went over how he's got some pretty good power to him. He's got some good damage, so that definitely will come in handy for this fight, for this final boss. This is all about damage, not about KO power or whatever. Oh, brother! I was hoping. That's one thing that I really hate about his recovery. Can I? Oh, I thought for a second maybe I could oil panic that. I don't think I can oil panic that though. I don't think that's possible. There we go. That works. Yeah, one thing about his up special that I don't really like is just how. You good, Master Hand? Okay, he was on a little bit of a stroke. His up special puts him in quite a bit of end lag, sort of. You can act out of it, but then like you're in that point of like, okay, now you're out of the up special, now you can't really get back into it until you land or get hit. So, he does have that a little bit of a problem with it, but it's still a really, really good up special. As a recovery, it's amazing. It is really freaking amazing. Can I dodge this? Okay, I thought I could. Thought I was gonna be smart, but nope. Yeah, his recovery is just really, really good as a general recovery. You definitely want to utilize as much as you can. He can recover from very low, as I've sort of demonstrated earlier in the episodes. So yeah, very, very good there. But we're doing some good damage with him. I'm gonna die here though. Ooh, no, the DI, amazing. Oh, that'll take it though. Okay. So now we're on one stock, which I don't like. I got an 8, which is pretty good. Not really what I want though. I think I want either a 6, a 9, or a 5. Obviously a 9 being the best, because that's just in general the most. Well, 9 gives me the most knockback, but I don't know about damage. I forget exactly which one of his side Bs give the most damage. I think it's either a 6 or a 5, because both do a good chunk. So I don't know. Can I actually oil panic these, by the way? I can! Oh, that's huge. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, careful. Bam. Oil panic. Beautiful job. And the 9 to finish it off. What a combo right there. Unexpected, but man, that worked very well. He's a fun character. I know I keep talking about it, but like, he genuinely is. I remember in my earlier days of playing Smash, whether it be like Brawl, for example, he was always a character that I have enjoyed since the very beginning of my Smash, I guess, career. I remember in like the early days, I did have him pretty high up on my best characters list. I think he was close to like number 9, number 10, but he was still there. So I do remember enjoying Mr. Game Watch a lot. So like the fact that like that kind of still continues to this day, it's just kind of fitting. But yeah, that's Game & Watch. He's a fun character. Try him out if you haven't already. And that's his classic mode run through. A lot of fun, lot of fun. Let's see our score though. Not bad, honestly, for a character like this. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Okay, rewards could have been better, but overall, not that bad. Alright, let's run through these credits real quick. So I think the Game Watch is gonna be pretty solid for this too. He's got good aerials. I like his aerials a lot. I think that the neutral air is one of my favorites though, because it's just like a good multi-hitting attack that stays out for a good bit too. I think it's like it's a fishbowl, right? It's goofy. It is very goofy, but it's still like, it fits. If you haven't noticed already, Game Watch is kind of like, his moveset is very, it's based off, basically entirely off of old Game & Watch games, right, that you could like buy back in the day and play. Like they're, you know, like one of his moves, Oil Panic, or Fire, or even his Final Smash, Octopus. You know, those moves, those are all based off of general games that you could actually play on the Game & Watch from back in the day, which I think is really cool. It's a really creative way to make a character. You know, I know a lot of characters I feel like are sometimes difficult to make full movesets for. I know Falcon was like generally a really difficult character just because like he doesn't really have much of a backstory or a background, a moveset background that people can like, that Nintendo could have like, you know, referenced for his character in Smash. But they did what they could, and I think he's someone that came out to be a very good character and very memorable character. He's sometimes more considered a Smash character than an F-Zero character, I feel. Sometimes I hear people talk about that, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? It sort of makes sense to a degree, to a certain degree, but I do like these instances where like a character like Game & Watch is just like entirely just based off of just full-on games that you could like play back then. Can I get this, by the way? Hold up. What is happening? No shot, right? Okay, I was about to say, if I could not get 100%, I would have been mad as hell. I would have been mad as hell. Okay, but we made it. Not bad. Close for comfort, but we still did it. Check out this taunts real quick. So we got the up taunt, the side taunt, and of course the down taunt. Simple, but they're still very fun, very goofy. Neon suit, okay. Nice little extra custom piece there. All right, let's go ahead and just check out training mode real quick. Check out his special moves in full fashion, and of course his Final Smash, because his Final Smash is fun. It's you know, it fits his character very, very well, and you'll see exactly what I mean by that. But yeah, so Game & Watch, he's got a fun Final Smash. This one is called Octopus, where he transforms into this octopus. As the octopus, you can jump around and move around. You can also die as Octopus by falling out the stage or going too far out of bounds, so be careful about that. As Octopus, he can do damage by pressing the A or the B button, where he will make sounds as the octopus and extend his tentacles a bit, damaging his opponents. So not like too crazy of a Final Smash, but it can be pretty fun, especially like in instances where you have a lot of opponents. Can definitely be really good for those instances, and he's also fully invulnerable, so that's also really good. When it comes to the special moves though, we had a neutral special, which is the Chef. A move where he just, you know, yeah, this is Chef. flips a frying pan with some sausages, with some meat, some fish, which is pretty fun. Varies in damage, varies in distance as well. The pan itself can also do some fire damage, some good knockback. It's a move that's generally good for zoning / edge guarding, and the pan can hit semi-spikes too, which is pretty fun. For his side special, we got the fun Judge. Now, Judge is a high risk, high reward side special due to the RNG nature. You can get a value anywhere from 1 to 9, 1 being the worst, which actually can damage Game & Watch a little bit, and 9 of course being the absolute best, which can essentially almost insta-kill your opponents. And each of the numbers do like different properties. Like I know 5 has like a multi-hitting electric attack, 8 can freeze, 7 I think gives you some apples. So it has a lot to it, very complicated attack, but still full RNG, a lot of fun, but very risky. Then we have his up special, which is of course fire. It's a great recovery move with vertical distance and safety. Can you know, move around quite a lot with it. As you of course are parachuting down, you can hit out of it, but you then go into free fall mode. You can still attack and move, but you can't go back into your up B. So you gotta be careful about that. But still really good up special. You can also damage opponents on your way up, but if you're doing it on the ground, you kind of just push them to the side a little bit. And of course, we saw earlier the down special Oil Panic. He just holds out a bucket, and any energy-based projectiles can be absorbed 3 times, and then he can one-hit KO his opponents with the attack. But it is a highly situational attack. Again, sort of a high risk, high reward attack, but very rewarding if you can pull it off. Very rewarding, especially depending on like your character you're playing against. Yeah, it's a good move, a very fun move. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out his trophy real quick, and then we can end things off for today. So, Mr. Game & Watch. Game & Watch was a series of handheld video games that started in 1980, which pretty much makes Mr. Game & Watch the father of the Game Boy and Nintendo DS. Or maybe an older sibling? Anyway, in Smash Bros, Mr. Game & Watch uses distinct retro moves to damage his foes. However, he only has 2 dimensions, so he's pretty easy to send flying. And of course, the only game we got is Game & Watch for the Game & Watch from a while back. Before even Mario or Donkey Kong existed, we had Mr. Game & Watch, which was pretty cool, pretty fun. But yeah, so general Game & Watch games, there's no like specific one because it's just a lot to list. But yeah, that's the character. That is the character. So, thank you all so much for watching today's episode of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the next one, we're going to be heading through Classic Mode as one of my personal favorites. That, of course, being Little Mac. Fun character. Tricky character to use, but definitely a fun one. So subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch and all the other channels, are, of course, down in the description. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Pop-Tarts out.